The Hunter Brothers proudly present Hunting for Funny.
Hello folks and welcome to episode 20 of Hunting for Funny. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jack, and we're on a quest to find the funny in life.
Yes, we are. One that never-ending quest that never ends. To find all the funny bits of life to try and keep us going through these weird, dark times. Now, we are joined with special guests today. We have with us Sean Conway himself from the Goat Kings Writers Club. Oh, the Ghost Writers Club. It's up to you. Battling secret authors. So it's great to have you, man. Thank you very much for coming.
Cheers for having me, man.
That's fine. Now, when we have a guest on the podcast, we've not had many. I think you're maybe the second or third.
Who was the first?
you don't need to know who the first was.
No, well, fuck. If it's someone that I feel is beneath me, I'll just storm off now.
Well, it depends how good you are at Paralympic table tennis.
Yeah,
so,
true.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm terrible. If you're talking about table tennis, you got the wrong dude. But I am pumped to be here, man. And this person's not a sponsor, but I got smelling salts.
Nice.
Just to really, amp me up.
Just really get you there.
Yeah.
So you can turn red and black out any minute now.
Yeah. Have you guys ever done it before?
No, not at all.
No.
Oh, it's terrible.
No.
It's terrible.
Sounds it.
You know when you jump in water and all the water shoots straight up your nose?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's that feeling.
Jeez, that's like the worst film in the world. It wakes you up though, so you're right. It serves its purpose.
Yeah, it was meant to it keeps you focused.
Yeah.
Which is it's terrible. You can just take Ritalin or Dexies. What do you guys call it over in the UK?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
ADD medication.
Yeah,
Do it at parties.
Is it Ritalin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Ritalin?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We're the wrong people to ask about drugs.
I can tell you a lot about El Grey.
Well, you guys you clean cut or you just
Pretty much. You have a beer every now and then. That's pretty it. I'm pretty boring with that kind of stuff.
I get tested all the time, so I
yeah.
can't really do a hell of a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. I've seen a lot of. Didn't Maradona die? Didn't he do every drug?
That's
Oh, yeah.
true, actually,
He was,
the ultimate athlete.
Yeah, full of drugs.
Wait, but you play table tennis. Do you get drug tested for table tennis?
Yeah, we get drug tested. Yeah, it's
Wow,
really...
Wouldn't you rather see table tennis on drugs? I mean, imagine the speed of that.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Or really, really slow mo. I don't know which way. It depends what you take. Now, Sean, when we have a guest on the podcast, my lovely wife, she does the artwork for our podcast, so she does the little heads that you can see below us. And when we have a guest on, I don't know if you can see that actually. I never thought to check.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we have
It's
guests
your
on,
logos, right?
yeah, it's just our logos.
Sweet.
But when we have guests on, she does custom heads for them. So if you look on your screen, boom, there's you and Nathan.
I don't think she got enough ginger in that beard.
Yeah, it needs a bit more. But
and Hull's in it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you got Hull as well. Oh shit, yeah.
But yeah, so
He's not here. He's out working.
he's
So
a busy,
it's
busy
just
boy.
me.
He's off making sandwiches.
Yeah, so I'll put my thumb over his head for the whole
Yeah, that's
episode.
it. Yeah, just ignore him. He's dead to you. He's gone now. So how's it going anyway? Have you been? You had a good week?
Oh man, I'm kind of losing it. I've done my 14th straight night shift, so
Jeez.
Wow.
yeah, I don't really know what's up and down at the moment, man. So that's why I've got the smelling salts next to me.
They're just work provided. That's what you don't say. It's part of the uniform. So what is it you've been doing each night then?
I work on the docks.
Right. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
job. Being in the trucks.
Yeah, driving the trucks and taking the containers off and
Man, I'd love that.
listening to podcasts and
Yeah.
try not to fall asleep.
It's always a
I reckon
bonus
I'll
when you're
put
driving
on
a truck.
probably. What's that?
It's always a bonus when you're driving a truck, just trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. It's no manual labour, which is what I always love. So
Yeah.
I don't have to lift heavy shit, so that's always good.
Awesome. No, that sounds pretty exciting week, really. You know, just chilling.
Well,
out,
it's going to
listening
get what's it called? I get paid on Tuesday, so I'm already starting to spend it. So hopefully,
podcasts. Hoping you get fully paid.
yeah, exactly, man.
Oh man, well, that's cool. It's good to know. So, Jack, what have you been up to this week?
Not a lot really. I've had a week off training, so yeah, I had to go for some tests on Monday because I had the old COVID a few months ago now. But yeah, I had a heart test and stuff, and I'm all good. I'm still alive, still pumping.
Nice.
So That's always a bonus, isn't it, when your heart's all right? But yeah,
Keeps it going.
apart from that, I've done a hell of a lot, really. So, I did an audition for an advert as well. I don't know how much I can say about it.
Don't mention anything else apart from that.
But yeah, it was a very it'd be a very popular advert if I get the job, but I don't know whether I've got it. But it was very awkward filming a home audition. Like, it was dead weird. I had to get my tripod.
Yeah.
And it was a scene that, like, I'm meant to be playing video games with someone else, but there was no one else there. I was just sat in a room on my own, like, filming stuff. It was so awkward.
Jesus,
I'm going like, no, don't kill me. I'm like, there's literally no one in front of me. It was so bad.
Oh God.
But yeah, apart from that, I've not done a lot, really. Just lazed about, and I feel like I need to do something. I feel like I need a bit of exercise in my life. But
yeah. No, we don't need.
I actually got dropped from my acting agent this week, like 2 days ago.
Jeez, perfect timing.
Oh, she's
the
most condescending person I've ever met, man. Like, I did a fat commercial a few years ago.
Right.
And she's but like, I'd just done like a commercial that was like pretty successful, and then like she kept telling me, "Oh, Sean, you're one of the best actors that we have on our books.
Right.
You know, like your talent and all that." Like, just really blowing all this smoke at my ass, and I'm believing it because it's like, like she's treating me like I'm the next Heath Ledger or something. and then I get the script, and then it has like the description of the character, and it was like fat, bad skin, receded hairline, and it's just like, why don't you just come out and just tell me like I'm just the right kind of fat that you're looking for?
Just the right level. Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
To be fair,
that's gotta sting.
Like, the only jobs I get offered is like wheelchair bound male. That's all they say on mine. It's literally it.
The other one I had was I got offered a TV show for. This is after I've done the fat commercial and stuff, and I've got like a bunch of fat-related commercials, and I'm like, fuck yeah, man, I'm killing it. I'm killing it. And I got offered, have you guys heard of Top of the Lake?
No.
It's like a crime drama over here.
Oh, okay.
And they were looking for like a really nerdy, ugly, sex pest looking dude. And I'm thinking I'm going to this audition because of like I've built a reputation as like a quality actor in the scene. And it was, they literally asked anyone that looks creepy and sex pesty to this audition. So much so that the dude that I read with, he was kind of, I don't know what he's deal with, but he allowed this dude in the room but didn't know anything. Like, he was one of these dudes. Yeah. And he was I do this sort of acting, I do this sort of acting, I do, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, bro. And he didn't read the script, and he couldn't read.
Oh, Jesus.
So
what a combo.
He's trying to cold read it in the audition in like this group of about 6 of us, and he's hitting his knee like to the beat of the words.
Oh,
like,
no.
I am reading the script as I'm talking to you. And I can read, and I read the script, and in the script I have to laugh at him. So I went through him doing his dialogue. I just laugh at him, and he just gave me the biggest daggers you've ever seen, man. Just like, how fucking dare you?
Oh man, that sounds like the best audition ever. But you
know,
man, it was.
He sounds better suited to the jobs I get.
What was that?
What's that?
He sounds better suited to the jobs I get, like disabled, like the ringer, stuff like that.
I don't want to shit on a person, but his head, like, he looked like a caricature of a person. You know, when they put like he just had that bubbly sort of caricature head.
Yeah. And
he wore a Hawaiian shirt, and it was like great.
Yeah, you don't even. If you've worn a Hawaiian shirt to any situation, you've already lost. Surely.
Yeah.
I love it, but it just had like a real Revenge of the Nerds sort of vibe, which I guess is what they were looking for.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, top of his CV, not convicted yet.
Just exactly. I was going to say, you got to be careful. If you just put looking for sex offender looking people, like, oh, wait a minute, I'm on one of those registers. I can just go and slip in. But
had thoughts, but never acted.
I got to go around to people's houses in my neighbourhood and let them know that, just so you know, I do look like a sex offender.
Get that on your Tinder profile.
Just go really method with it. Oh, jeez. Well, that's a lot of acting stuff this week. Then I remember when me and Jack were little, we signed up for an extras agency.
Oh yeah,
Just try and get some extra work and some stuff, and that was amazing because we did like 2 or 3 things each. No, I didn't do anything major. I was in the background of a couple of kids shows, like nothing drastic. But
as a kid, by the way, not as an adult.
yeah, as a kid, I wasn't just like peering through binoculars, like, oh, there they are. It wasn't quite like that. But no, but Jack was in a Danny Boyle film, like he proper looked.
I was. I was.
Which one? Danny Boyle. Oh yeah.
Trainspotting guy.
The director.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was in a film called Millions. It wasn't great.
Don't the kids movie, right?
Yeah.
Movie? It's it was like the Disney movie Blank Check, right?
I think so. They find a bag of money and then
Yeah, I know it. It was like
You're the only person.
04?
Yeah, I think it was 04. Yeah, somewhere around there. Look at that.
You know more about
encyclopedic knowledge. Yeah, he figured to do his own film.
There's so much. It's these smelling salts, man.
That's it. Yeah, just open up avenues. Oh man, but yeah, no, that was some fun times. But I remember we had to do to sign up for the agency. You had to go for like a photo shoot to start with.
Yeah.
Like almost like a model's photo shoot. And I found these pictures a few months ago of me when I was like 15, 16. Just a face like trash, fat as anything. And they were saying just bring a variation of clothes and stuff with you, like accessories and whatnot, and we can just decide what you're going to wear and whatever. And at the time I was going through like a proper like goth phase. So I had all these extra bits and bobs. Like I'd been buying shit I would never actually wear. Things like, a ring that was like a whole finger ring that looked like a claw. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Mum was like, take that, they'll like that. So I'm just there like holding this claw thing and they're like, okay, can you look this way, look that way? And then they dressed me such a stupid way as well. Like they mixed stuff I would never mix ever. Just
one of them flame shirts as well, with the flames at the bottom.
Oh, God,
like Guy Fieri.
That's it. I was the Guy Fieri, yeah. But it was so embarrassing, man. It was absolutely nightmare. But it was a fun time, and that's what matters. But yeah, so lots of acting stuff. I like it. So have you got anything else lined up, or any more auditions you're aiming towards, or is it just see what happens now that the agency's dropped you?
No, I did one. You guys got Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Auntie Donna?
No,
There's a new comedy series from Auntie Donna. They're like a Australian group with that. The dude that gets like the Mike Tyson tattoo from The Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So he's
Ed
produced
Helmsley,
it.
is it?
Ed
something.
Ed Sirius or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That guy, Ed.
We're not mates.
Ed, yeah.
Yeah, we're not mates.
He hasn't reached out to me yet, so he can go
give him
fuck
time.
himself.
Yeah.
Leave him wanting more. That's a trick.
But they're doing a web series that I was involved in last week or the week after.
Right.
And I'm a fat, angry dude in the audience of a kids show. You mentioned how you were sitting with a bunch of kids. I'm that they're wearing like all like rainbow coloured shirts, and I'm there, and they've like sprayed my vest with like all sweat.
Oh man,
just like this filthy animal sort of dude. And it's like a '90s. I can't talk about it, but I'm just.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, it's fun, man. Like, I mean, you've done comedy, it's hard writing your own material. So when other people write the material for you, it's like just a different. Exactly.
I've got to read something. Yes, sound.
Yeah,
I'm not going to work on it for weeks before. Okay. No blind panics the night before. This isn't funny. Someone else wrote it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, even if I didn't even bother reading the script, I can you just tell me the line you want me to repeat.
Yeah. Just tap it out.
Yeah,
as well.
Exactly. Yeah, tap it out as you go along. Tap it on the kid's head next to you.
Learning the script is probably why I got dropped from my acting agent. But
you're too intelligent for the roles we give you. Stop doing that.
Yeah, it's like when you go for a job. And they're like,
I don't get out of bed unless you're offering me. What's that?
I just said it's like when you go for a job and like, oh no, you're overqualified. It's like, fuck you, I need the work. That's why I've applied for it.
Yeah,
I'm more like, you tell me who else can play a dirty sex pest. I'm
the best
who you willing to go near. That could be your tagline, approachable sex pest. That could be like, you're the only approachable one,
in a movie.
Oh, yeah, that could be there's some for the cocktail shaker for you. Approachable sex pest.
Approachable sex.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, that's fair enough.
Chris,
What?
I'll tell you what I did watch this week. Do you know
What's that?
I'm a Celebrity? I
I
don't know if
do.
you have it in Australia. It's usually filmed in Australia, but this year it's
Well, they normally
filmed in
send them
Wales.
there, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. But did he watch it in Australia, the English one, or no?
We watched I think so. I don't watch that.
Is it
shit,
called
but they
Dicks in a
got,
Bush?
Dicks in a
That's
Bush.
You just call it Dicks
No,
in a
they
Bush
got
over there.
No, you know what Australia's just got? They
What's that?
did their own series of SAS
All right.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
with Ant something or other.
Ant Middleton. Yeah.
Yeah, they got that, but they had I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, the Australian version, and it's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no celebrities in it except for like one sportsman
Yeah, it's always the case,
who-
isn't it?
everyone knows.
who's got gambling debt, so he has to do this shit.
Just doesn't get much of a choice. He's just been forced
see-
to do it by his agent.
He seems
Well,
to like
one of
blow the
my
budget
mates-
on one person. That's literally it, and then everyone else is just letting nobody. So,
Oh, these guys were massive in the 80s and 90s.
Oh,
Like, well, one of my mates, and he's a comedian as well, he literally did it for tax purposes. That was the only reason. And he got voted off like the first week as well.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
like, no,
jeez.
I've made my money. You can go
Yeah,
fuck
exactly. Yeah.
yourself. I'm going
That's like
home.
the sweetest part of it. You get to live in a hotel for a bit. Then.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wouldn't
But
mind doing that,
the
actually.
SAS show is pretty good. The Australian version, they've got no, I won't explain it, but you should watch some of the highlights. They got a female AFL player,
Right.
and she called out a professional NRL rugby union player,
Yeah.
and they fought.
Jeez.
Like it was a chick, and the dude like just kept swinging at her. It was fucking the most insane shit I've ever seen.
Wow, that's Aussie telly right there.
yeah.
Like, if you get called out by a chick, you're not gonna like swing hammer fist at her
Yeah,
head.
exactly. Yeah.
Not this dude. This dude did not get the memo.
This dude just wanted to win. He
Yeah.
didn't care how.
Oh man,
There's no-
I highly
there's no, like-
recommend it. It's
There's no like good outcome though, is there? If you get called out by a girl, you either beat up a girl or get beat up by a girl. Like,
Yeah.
it's no good outcome, is there?
There isn't a win. You're in the papers either way.
yeah, but it was weird because it was he like it was both sides of the fence. It was kind of like she was trying to prove that she can handle herself against anyone.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, I'm still trying to win money. So,
So they both had actual goals as well. Oh my god.
yeah.
That sounds
So it
nice.
didn't matter what side of the fence you were on.
Yeah.
Someone got offended.
Perfect show then. It starts a conversation, doesn't it? Oh man. Well,
Yeah,
what were you going to
sorry.
say, Jack?
No, there's a Paralympian in Am Celebrity this year. First one that's ever been
Oh,
in
right.
the British Am Celebrity, but she got voted out first week, but apart from that. So shout out Holly Arnold, because she's
you
been
go.
in the jungle. So, I mean, me and Lucy have been quite enjoying the jungle, because there's literally nothing else to watch, is there,
Yeah.
like, in the pandemic. But, like, Lucy, like, she's
What are
so
you talking about?
intelligent,
There's
but-
anything else
Yeah,
you
I was
could
going to
watch.
say, yeah.
You could literally watch anything else.
I've
Well,
not
like,
watched it.
literally, there's only so much Netflix you can get through, and I felt obliged to watch it because like a Paralympian was on it. So I know
Yeah.
Holly sort of, like I've met her a few times, so I felt a bit obliged to watch it. But
Gotta
like
support
Lucy's
your
dead
own.
intelligent, like she knows a load of shit, but then sometimes she just goes blank. Like you know, what's the opera singer called? Russell Watson.
Yeah.
Right, he's like an old school opera singer. And he was talking about stories about like where the best places he sang and stuff, and he said, "Oh, I sang in the Vatican." And Lucy's like, "Who lives in the Vatican?" And I thought, I'm going to pause the telly here. This is going to be good. So I paused it, and she went, "Didn't Elvis live in the Vatican?" And I was like, "What?" And she went, "Yeah, you know that song, Take Me Down to the Vatican City?" I was like, No, that's the wrong one. Elvis didn't sing that. Two, it's not the Vatican City.
Oh god, that'd be such a different song.
I was like, it's the Pope.
Man, that,
She's
you know
like,
what?
"Oh,
That's a parody waiting to happen. I'm writing that down. Vatican City. Oh, hang on a
That's
minute.
the one.
Vatican City parody. Okay, that's happening. I've gone into writing parodies recently.
Yeah, they're quite good actually. To be fair,
No, thank you.
quite
No,
enjoyable.
What sport does she play?
My girlfriend, none. She just
No,
the Paralympian Jack.
She's a javelin thrower, actually.
And
So,
what,
yeah.
is she in a wheelchair or?
No, she's got one arm, so she's not really like.
Okay.
I'd I can't say she's not properly disabled because she's only got one arm, but she's like
She's paralyzed.
she can walk. Yeah.
Ah.
If you're going to be disabled, it's like a demo version. That's basically what it is.
You go whole hog and get rid of the other one.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be like an inspiring story of how she lost her other arm in like a javelin accident.
That'd be amazing. I mean, terrible, but amazing.
That
you know.
sounds like a Disney movie.
That should be there. Yeah.
You know, that's something I need to think about. I've never heard of a Paralympic javelin Disney film. Their jacket on
And
it.
I'll tell you what, there's a sex pest in it.
Yeah, there you go. You got your man. Even for voice acting, you got your man.
No, I think Disney did do that. The surfer with one arm that lost her arm to a shark.
All right, did they?
Do you remember that chick?
I remember. Yeah, I remember
No.
her. I don't remember the Disney film.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was Disney, but there was definitely a film made about her.
The worst one.
She was like,
the guy who cut his arm off in The Rock.
Oh yeah,
When he got stuck on the
100
grim, man.
something hours.
Yeah,
120, whatever it was.
I mean, I'm just gonna die in that situation. That's just, I'm gone. Like, just to take me now. Cut
Yeah,
your
"This is
own
why I
arm off,
don't
man.
recommend exercise, man."
It only leads to bad things. Oh man, yeah, I can't imagine what I'd do in that situation. Like, because after a while you'd be like, I'm fine. Someone's gonna show up, and then it's gonna settle in that you've been walking for 7 hours and not seen a person. You're like, oh shit, you know what? This might not go well. I might start chewing.
Imagine if his phone was in the pocket where his arm's trapped and he just couldn't reach it.
Oh,
Like, had full
you know what,
service and just couldn't reach it.
That would be the ultimate icing on the cherry. Cherry on the icing.
Just sort of, hey Siri, answer my phone.
Hey Siri, call me help. I'm stuck.
Yeah, did you imagine if it was that thing they found in the desert recently that fell on him?
Oh god.
That would have to do you fucking hate him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a story and a half, isn't it?
You'd think you're in Independence Day or something.
Just suddenly joined by this massive metal rod.
Straight
And it goes, hello, David. Like, oh shit.
You'd be like, is that a sex pest?
That would be the hard bit. It's just seeing the sex pest in the reflection.
Exactly, yeah. I think he's got time to
Just stuck
contemplate
in
then.
it. Your arm's stuck and there's a sex pest coming towards you. Just like,
Oh, it's the shit of
God.
nightmares, man.
All you hear is now then, and then you're like, oh, shit, just come from behind you. And another one, can you guess what is it? No, fuck. There's two of them. We're getting double-sided.
God.
Anyway.
He's far too old for Rolls Royce, surely.
Who's too old for Rolf Harris? The guy's a
Kids.
chancer. Well,
13-year-olds are too old for Rob
I
Harris.
was going to say 13 and above.
oh, my. You know, if ever there was one that came up in the news that was a disappointment,
Yeah.
that was probably the big one. It was like, oh,
He only
fuck.
plays small
Rolf.
didgeridoos.
I'll tell you a story about Rolf Harris.
Do you have to point to a dollar, or are we okay to go
Yeah,
through the
he's going
story?
to say, yeah.
No, like just talking about shit luck. There's a town or suburb around the corner called Bassendean,
Oh, yeah.
and they Rolf Harris donated like a shit ton of art to like the Bassendean town that was worth millions.
Oh.
And like Bassendean sat on this art as like their long-term investment
Yeah.
for the future.
Oh, no.
Then when it came out that he was a pedophile, it literally was worth nothing.
Oh, what a prick.
And we're talking millions of
Yeah.
dollars
Oh
worth
my
of art
God.
by Rolf
Jesus
Harris. And it's just like, fucking suck shit. Like,
What a
they're all
sickener.
walking around with that, oh,
Yeah.
fucking, I'm better than you and shit.
The renaming streets,
Fuck
Rolf Avenue, and all sorts of stuff. Like, oh, fuck, you gotta go fix all that now.
You can just imagine, like, when the accusations came out, just frantically like eBay in his art before he gets convicted, just like straight on. Just like-
That's when you want some insider info, isn't it? Just when you know something might happen, but it's not happened yet. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
shift
yeah.
it now, shift it. Anything Rolf related, get it out the door. Oh, that's terrible. Well,
Yeah.
no, fair enough. Well, you said about Netflix before. I've been watching that Queen's Gambit. Don't know if you've seen it yet.
I've not seen it,
It's
no.
actually a good show. Like when you get told there's a show about chess on Netflix, you're like, okay, pass. But it's really good. Like it's genuinely really good. They've made it almost like a Bond film in a weird way. Like it's set in like the sort of 60s and 70s, and it's got everything is visually amazing about it. Like every shot is just composed gorgeously, and it's just really really nice. But yeah, I recommend it. It's only 7 episodes, but it's kind of like you want to keep watching it. You know, one of those where you're like, what the fuck's going to happen next? Like, is she going to win? Is he going to do this? And it's funny because there's shots in it where they're trying to make chess exciting, and it's like, this isn't. It's chess. It can't ever be exciting.
It's gonna say, yeah.
But like they have this
Oh,
stuff
that's
coming
not
up.
true.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
You can make chess exciting. Like Bobby
Strip chess.
Fischer used to, or Bobby Fischer used to just scream anti-Semitic rant people he was playing. That was the most exciting chess you ever see.
No, that might be one example.
With a chance of
No.
risk.
But then the other one where they have like the chess prodigies, and they put it like in a table in the middle of like a square
Oh yeah.
of
There's
like 20
10 of them.
people.
Yeah.
And he's playing like 20 games in a row.
Yeah.
But I think that's where it peaks.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Well, they have that in the show, but like in the parts where like they're doing like intense matches or whatever, it suddenly turns into like the old school Formula One review kind of thing, where like they have like they show like the chessboard on the screen, and then each square will get filled with a different action move, and then it's trying to all combine together. And it's just like some sort of over the top action movie, but it's just fucking chess.
Chess, yeah.
And I don't get it, but it's amazing. Watch it. I just don't get
Well,
why.
is it
it's
set
good.
in like the Soviet sort of
It heads
Cold
that
War
way.
era?
Yeah, it's so the idea is that she's meant to try and get good enough to sort of beat the Russian masters, because they're just another level, especially during like Soviet times when everyone had the same brain. Everyone was like top rank, all of them.
Yeah.
So no, it's generally a good film though. So it's not funny, but it's a good show. So I recommend it.
One of my
There's not that many bad chess movies.
Mm.
There's not many bad chess movies. Because you really got to commit. If you're
Yeah,
going to
exactly,
make a
yeah.
chess movie,
yeah,
so
you've got to do it.
you gotta-
You got to be cream
What
of
was
the
the
crop.
one with Jodie Foster made one, and like it keeps getting brought up in popular culture, but I can't think what it's called. And it was like about a little kid that becomes a chess prodigy, and he's from like Brooklyn.
Right.
It's like Good Will Hunting, but for chess.
Nice. I like it. I'm too thick for chess. I can't play it.
You
Like,
You
one
can't
of my-
play it?
No. I've tried. Difficult. Like, one of my best friends is Norwegian. When I was over in Norway, he was talking about the best chess player in the world is it Magnus Carlsen. He's Norwegian, and Tommy was at a award ceremony, and Magnus was there, and apparently he's just on his phone like all the time. And Tommy said to him, like, "Why are you on your phone all the time?" He said, "Oh, I'm just playing chess against random people. I get $100 per game, and I can beat them in about 4 minutes." And Tommy was like, "You just sit there, mate. You earn an absolute fortune just playing chess against people."
Yeah, because he's like the poster boy for chess. He's like a young, good-looking dude.
Yeah. But apparently, like, he's making millions and millions of dollars. Like, it's crazy the money he's getting out of chess. Like, mad. But apparently, like, his social skills aren't great because he's just playing chess all the time on his phone. So he's just like doing all the moves and stuff. Crazy.
What it is? You got to sacrifice social skills for getting insanely good at something.
Yeah.
Well, there's a dude over in Australia. He's another comedian. He used to represent his state or the country in like chess tournaments and stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
And he came from like his parents were like heroin addicts.
Good yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the worst social skills you've ever seen on a person.
Just walks into the room. Fuck you. Let's go. I'm white.
Yeah.
I mean, the chessboard is not just announcing his colour. That'd be a weird way to start a tournament. Just burst in. I am white. Let's go.
Well, no, he actually became like a member of Antifa.
Oh, right.
And then, we kind of lost contact after that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to lose contact with them
Drifted
stages.
apart.
Just sort of like slide them out the image. There's a lot of weird shit going on at the moment like that. But I don't really know what else to say about chess other than it's fun.
What's your
Chess.
favourite chess piece?
My favourite chess piece is probably the knight or the horsey.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the horsey.
Yeah.
It's an easy one to spot, and it's
I never-
a crafty bugger. It's just
Yeah.
that sudden dart. You're like, oh, he's going
I
to go
never-
forward.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's
shady.
not. Yeah, shady bastard. That's what it is. And it can jump
Talking
over
of shady, I never thought I'd say this in the podcast, but I love the porn. Just literally.
Porn?
Terrible joke. Terrible joke.
You're right, but
So I
it's
don't
true.
do just brushed over it.
See, that's because you're polite. I'm just admit, yeah, that's terrible. But that's okay. Most of the stuff we do is terrible. That's one of the perks
Yeah,
of this podcast.
literally.
It's cobbled
That's what
together.
we're looking for, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah,
we
literally.
like to
For funny?
we like to hover at mediocre, and then if we hunt for funny, we might find it eventually.
Yeah.
But
Me and Chris genuinely had a conversation yesterday, and we were like, "Why do people listen to this? Like, why do people enjoy our podcast?"
Yeah, me and Jack and my wife and his girlfriend are all playing Overwatch on the PlayStation. It's like a Friday night thing that we do. And we're just having a chat about absolute bollocks until about 1 in the morning. But yeah, he was just like, why do people even bother listening to us? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to find out why people listen to this. But they do, so that's nice. But yeah. It just makes me curious. I don't get it. But we do have segments on the podcast. So, we talk about our week that we're going through. And then we move on to the next segment, which we'll do now if that's okay with you, which is our idiot and hero of the week, our shit cupcake that is made up of shitty, awful stuff at the bottom and then delicious, sweet, happy heroes at the top. So, Jack, let's start with you.
Yes.
Who's your idiot for this week?
My idiot this week is top shelves in supermarkets, because they do my... like, obviously being in a wheelchair, I can't reach half the shit in the supermarket, so, like, it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
And I have this thing about, like, I don't like asking for help. Like, it's not for me. And I got in a really awkward situation a few days ago, because I really wanted this food that was on the top shelf. And it was really awkward, so I was just, like, staring at it and looking at products that were on the bottom shelf, looking like I was going to buy that. Basically, yeah.
If you sit there looking sad enough, somebody will get it for you.
I sat in the aisle for 10 minutes looking at something I definitely wasn't going to buy till Lucy got to the aisle and got it for me. So I was like, I'm not asking for any help. And it's really frustrating. So yeah, anything on the top shelf is my idiot of the week because I can't reach it. It's literally all it is.
It's a weird one, but I'll take it.
You need one of those, like, angry sticks. Where you can, like, just reach up to the top shelf, and then if kids run past you, you can, like, shake it at them and it's like...
Just stick it out and trip them over. God, you'd be dangerous with a stick.
Oh, imagine.
You run over enough things as it is, just in the wheelchair, so if you add some extra width to that, you're in trouble.
It'd be like Robot Wars, but I'll just, like, hit people in real life and just go around and
Oh, man, if you were like a human Robot Wars, I would pay to watch that. Get like a little rotating blade as well that you can hold.
Oh, wow.
Fair enough. Well,
are you talking about Robot Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that funny enough, that got shown like a couple of night shifts ago.
Oh.
And there was like these nerds that like created this absolutely epic machine, and it was against his dad and his two kids. And they absolutely just destroyed these two kids to the point that these two kids started crying.
That's quality television.
The worst. Oh, it was the worst, but also the best thing I've ever seen.
See, if you can't seek joy from making kids sad, then what's the point in living? It's one.
But like they came over and like tried to apologise, and the kids were not having it. It was just
it's losing the shit. Oh man, it was an absolute dream for me to want to be on Robot Wars when I was a kid. Like I love that show. And it would have been so cool to be on it, but at the same time, you've got to be pretty fucking smart to be building a robot that can hold weapons and not kill everyone around it.
Yeah.
But it was cool, I mean, who thought of the idea of just let's strap on some flamethrowers to some like remote control cars and just hope for the best. Put a bit of plastic sheeting up, they'll be fine, and then just hope. But didn't it come back at some point a few years ago?
Yeah, it might have actually. It wasn't as good though. I remember it not being as good because it was like health and safety and shit. So you can't do the stuff they used to do back in the day.
You can't fling up bits of metal to the audience anymore. Yeah, they were keepsakes if you get a bit embedded in your head.
Bit of shrapnel on your face. Like,
get a story from it. That's some hypnodisc. That you get like a little story to go with it. But yeah, fair enough. So so
who's your idiot of the week, Chris?
My idiot of the week.
Yes, you go for yours.
Yeah, okay. My idiot was. There was a bit of an accident in a hospital in America, where accidents are. I've just realised there's a department called accidents. But there was an organ transplant, so somebody was transplanting a heart, and they were bringing it in through a helicopter. So they got like a helipad, and the helicopter. Nobody died. I'm going to preface this with nobody died, so it is funny. The helicopter.
People can die and it still be fun.
That is true. That is true. But this would have had a lot more consequences. This helicopter that was delivering the heart to be transplanted to the hospital crashed into the helipad and just fucked the whole job up. They dropped the heart, and then the doctor who was trying to collect everything picked the heart up and fucking dropped it again. And so he's my idiot of the week, even though he's saving lives. Apparently the heart still got transplanted. It was fine.
Just like gravel in it.
That's it. Just blow it off and put it in. It's 5-second rule, isn't it? But yeah, it was just.
Well, the bounce would also help it get a bit of a beat, wouldn't it? Just like that compression.
That's how you started off, yeah. CPR. Yeah. It's called external CPR now. You pump it up before you jam it in. But yeah, it was like something out of a Mr. Bean film. So I thought that whole gathering of people could be my idiots of the week, just juggling this harp.
Yeah, imagine being on the operating table going, take a bit of time, isn't it? Just
you hope you're not awake on the table. That'd be tough. Look, shit, I'm wearing off. I've got a hole in my chest. Where's my heart?
It sounds like a Charlie Chaplin film.
Just swiveling a cane and just throwing a heart up and catching it like it's an apple or something. So, who is your idiot of the week, Sean?
I don't know. Can we come back to me? Because I can't think of anything.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
I've been asleep most of this week, so I do have a hero one, though.
Nice. Yeah,
it's pretty sad for my side of things, but I don't know. I was happy with it.
That's fine. Well, we can start with you because we can move on to the hero, the icing on top of the shit. So you can start with us for the hero then. Set the bar.
Well, I was like in a hell shit mood. You know where you're just like, fuck the world, fuck everyone.
Most days.
And I'm driving to work. Yeah, I'm driving to work, and I'm like, I fucking hate this job and shit like that. And I get to the server, and I've walked in, and this homeless dude walked out with 2 iced coffees.
Right.
And he was like, do you want an iced coffee? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I brought 2, but I can't carry 2 while I'm riding my bike. I'm like, you fucking for real, bro? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. Like,
absolutely.
Like, and then like, he just wiped out all the bad feelings that I had. And I was just like, you know, like, for real? Like,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Random guardian angel homeless guy.
Yeah.
You know, your life's
it's better
going well.
than me just bashing up a homeless dude for his ass.
Well, thanks for offering, because I was just going to take it. I was like, I need that.
Like, I was probably walking in there with like a shit can't look on my face, just like, fuck. And he was like, oh, you want a nice coffee?
He probably hasn't even got a bike. He's probably just like, this guy's going to beat me up, give him a coffee.
Yeah.
The poor dude didn't even have a basket on his bike. It was just like,
Maybe it's because you're like a famous sex pest in Australia. You just recognised you from being a sex pest.
Oh, yeah.
It might be the same agency.
Well, you want to give a sex pest coffee, then he's wide awake for long.
That's it. Keeps him awake for all those nights to look through the windows. Oh, no, that's a nice hero. It's nice to have a sincere hero.
Yeah, that is
we
nice.
normally... Sometimes my stuff tends to be just nonsensical bollocks, and Jack's stuff tends to be like really poignant, touching stuff.
Yeah.
So like, we've had, in the past, like I've said, my hero's like a waffle maker or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, my hero's my friend who died, and I'm like, oh shit now.
Yeah.
It's like it gets really deep sometimes.
Yeah.
But, Jack, on that note, who is your hero this week? Let's make it a light one, hopefully.
Yeah, my hero this week is a Mediterranean takeaway that's opened up at the end of my street. That's literally my hero.
Mediterranean? What the fuck is Mediterranean takeaway?
I don't know. This is what I don't understand, right? So it was a nice Indian restaurant, and it was called like Indian Kitchen or whatever it was called. Nice simple name. Yeah. This is a Mediterranean restaurant opened, and it's called Second Girlfriend. I don't know why it's called Second Girlfriend.
Wait, is it another brothel? Because there's 2 on your street now.
To be fair, I do live next door to a brothel. Yeah. Don't worry, Sean. It's got a step for it. Yeah, it's got a step. I don't know what it's like inside, but yeah, apart from that, it's the floor.
It's the only thing keeping them out.
Does the brothel have fairy lights?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, because that's how you can tell in Australia if it's a massage parlour or if it's if it's a massage parlour that's got fairy lights all like out the front, then you know it's a brothel.
Yeah. Well, this one's like a Thai massage parlour, but I went on the website and it was like, oh, today's in is Amanda with 32 double Ds. I'm like, oh, she sounds good at massage.
That'd be a massage worth paying for, wouldn't it? No hands needed.
There's a queue in the morning, though, so I don't understand. There's a queue.
Is it socially distanced queue?
Okay. Well, they wear face masks. That's what I don't understand. They go in.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure people have always worn masks to go into brothels. It's not a new thing. That's not because of COVID.
Yeah. It's when you see them like going in with like carrier bags. I'm like, what is in that carrier bag? It's definitely like full of custards, and you've got some mad fetish or something.
It has to get washed when it comes out, whatever it was. No, see, by ours, there's a brothel by ours, but they're really brazen. They don't even try and hide it. It's literally just, there's some houses in town on the way to like the main sort of centre bit by the market, and one of the front doors is just always open, and all the windows are shattered and stuff. It's a proper like drug den brothel, and they've got a website. Because I remember my wife said to me at one point, "I'm sure there's a brothel around here. Like I've heard rumours that place is a brothel. Let's look it up because that's the kind of people we are. We're like, let's look it up and see if we can just see what idiots are around here." And we found the website, and it's got the pictures of these people that work there. And it don't even say it's a massage parlour. They're like, this is the Earlstown brothel. Like, come here, do what you want to do, get the fuck out. Because I think the reason they don't try and hide it is because you've got to be brave to go in there. Because some of the pictures, Jesus Christ. Like, your agency would be like, nah, these are too ugly. Like, we've got to...
too ugly.
I know we asked for sex offenders. These guys are too far. Like,
these are actual sex offenders.
These are like, just, next level, terrifying looking women. I
got to go to a brothel in Tijuana. That was pretty fun.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, that's where you do it, I've heard.
Yeah.
No, well, because it was... I was with... I won't name them, but like I went with a couple of comedians after performing at the Comedy Store in La Jolla.
Oh, right.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to the Tijuana brothel after this. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. And the brothels, they're like nightclubs, except all the chicks are in like their underwear. Like it was like what you'd imagine like a doof club to be like.
Yeah.
And I'm there, and like they even have the the creepy old dude that like gets you to buy flowers.
Yeah.
He's got like a it was just like a nightclub, except every chick is into you, and it was just like, this isn't...
It's the dream.
That's how they get you.
That's it, yeah. It's the dream, so you got to pull your wallet out.
Interested just to get into your pants. It's disgusting.
Women only want one thing. Oh man, that sounds like a hell of an experience, though.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about Tijuana.
The comic that I went with a year later. He was in a Comedy Central TV show. And I'm like, I went to a Tijuana brothel with him.
All you got me thinking about now is that Bert Kreischer story, flying dildos. You ever heard that?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, you need to listen to that. Do you know Bert Kreischer, the American stand-up?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was in Amsterdam. I won't tell his story because he's such an amazing storyteller. It's only funny when he tells it. It just sounds horrific if anybody else tells it. But yeah, look, I'll put a link below to Bert Kreischer's flying dildos. Yeah. If you will let me put that.
Have you ever been to Amsterdam? It's a crazy place. Like the red light district is not what you. Because before I went, I was like, right, this is going to be like a really seedy back street, red lights a lot, like it's going to be dead dodgy. There's literally like a few windows full of naked girls, like a restaurant where families go, and like a few other girls, and a coffee shop, then like a few other. And there's like glass windows. You see blokes walking in with a paper, like walking in 10 minutes later and just come out again. It was weird. And I seen like a group of lads on a stag do, and one of them must have been a virgin, and there was literally 5 people waiting outside the door, and the guy walked out and they all just started cheering. It was really awkward.
Oh man. It's awkward that he walked out 2 minutes later. That's the problem.
I know it. Didn't get time to shut the curtain.
I've always wanted to go to an Amsterdam brothel ever since I've seen Juice Bigelow, European Gigolo.
Yes.
That's what really sold it for me.
Yeah.
I've not seen that in so long. I always loved the first one of that was so good as well.
Oh, so
I walk around all the time and say in my head, that's a huge bitch. When you see somebody like really tall walking past.
Well, I work with a dude called his nickname's Fishy.
Right.
And there's a scene where he like taps on fishy, fishy. And it's like they don't like that.
I bet you didn't, just tapping on his window.
You'll be driving around at like 2:30 in the morning and someone plays it on the radio and shit. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Bastards. Oh man. I don't even know how we got talking about brothels in Amsterdam, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there.
You were talking about your hero being a Mediterranean restaurant.
That was the one. Yeah, it's called Second Girlfriend. I don't know why. That was
well, if it's right next to a brothel, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty good, actually, it's a pretty good name, isn't it? Yeah. You go next door for your first one, then you get your afters. Come get some Mediterranean dessert.
Go for your main, get your dessert.
Jesus. Are there any Mediterranean girls in the brothel just to balance it out? You can do like a combo package, Like when
they say they
are,
but they put the mask on, so you can't tell.
Yeah.
Just put tan on the top half of the face.
Mediterranean from the mouth up.
And then it just has a sign saying, "Trust me, I'm Mediterranean."
And a woman. Just another one down there. Oh, no, that's a good hero. I like it. Anywhere that sells food is always going to be a hero to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true that. Yeah. Who's your hero this week, Chris? Have you got someone?
My hero is some weird guy on the internet called Menga Man, who he streams Jenga piling. Right? I don't know. I didn't know this is a thing. This guy streams, I think, almost daily. He goes on Twitch and he stacks up Jenga blocks, and he's going for the world record, and that's his thing. And he did it the other day. He got 518 Jenga blocks stacked onto one Jenga block. So like a massive pyramid on one little thing. And he's my hero, because anybody who can waste that amount of time on something completely useless, it's got to be a hero in my books. Because, you know, you could evolve, you could become a better person, you could get skilled at some other relevant skill. But no, he likes to just stack Jenga blocks.
Surely you can only go as high as your head, though. Like, how are you going to get any more?
People can stand up, Jack. You might not be used to this. People can stand up. So they use tables, then they go high. It's quite a magic system, really, you know. We're not all sticking at this level.
I'll get to like 50 and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, you're terrible at building houses of cards, aren't you? You just stop like that high. And now I'm done. Can't go any higher. That's madness. That guy's my hero because he just wasted his life.
I was going to say he needs a girlfriend or something. Like it's not healthy to be doing that all the time.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, stacking Jenga's a great way to impress the ladies.
Oh, it is. It is.
Look how big my tower is.
Have you ever been to like a club or something and they have like giant Jenga there?
Yeah.
We have that sometimes, like the Christmas parties. They'll hire out like a big club in Manchester, and then they'll have giant Jenga. And it's a great idea at first. Like, oh, this is kind of fun, you know, making Jenga. Falls over, everyone laughs. But then an hour in, them Jenga blocks are covered in like, you know, puke and drinks and they're horrible. Yeah. And then people are getting hit on the head because they build them so high, and they're right next to tables and just casualties everywhere. It's a bad idea eventually, but it starts off well. You know, they mean well, and that's what matters. But
nice.
You know what's great is watching animals dominate Jenga. You ever seen that?
No.
And it's like so the Jenga, weird. And it's like a cat that swipes the brick and it still stands.
Oh wow!
That was the dominate I thought you were going with. That was like Jesus.
Yeah, you on different animal dominate websites there, Jack. This is a different thing.
We're talking about the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Jack just gets excited when a vet opens nearby. Never mind a brothel.
It's like pervert on sick animals.
Again, Rolf Harris with Full Circle. Poor bastards. So what happens in these animal dominate Jenga videos then? They just knock the blocks out and it stays standing?
Well, they only really got one move in them, and then they usually just cut it.
They're not really thought out.
Which, you know, pretty. I don't think I've ever played Jenga.
No. I have, but not often.
Never like it, Jenga.
No. Just give it a go. You can play it one player as well, so if nobody else wants to be asked playing Jenga, you can just keep going.
Yeah.
But how does it work? Like it's just, why wouldn't you just pick the top one off?
Because you can't. That's like the rule. Yeah. You can't do anything from the very, very top. You have to, and also if you've started poking one through, you have to keep poking it through. So like, it's difficult.
So there's really just one rule in Jenga. You can't get the top one, and don't knock it off.
Yeah, well, there you go. Two solid rules. Any easy game should have two solid rules. It's like table tennis. Hit it to the guy, he hits it back. That's it.
I wish it was that simple.
That looks it.
Don't miss.
Yeah.
Do you want a fun fact about Jenga? I've got one.
Oh God. All right, that's weird.
It better be fun.
It's really fun. Like
okay.
it's not good. Actually, I've built it up too much. The word Jenga is Swahili to build. That's a good fact for you, Swahili.
Fair enough. Is it a Swahili invention?
Top comedy podcast.
It's Trivia Tuesday, okay? Even though it's Saturday.
Yeah. So that's the only fact I've got. Yeah, it's from whatever they speak Swahili.
It's Swahili
Tanzania.
Land, Jack.
That's Tanzania. That's where it's coming from.
Speaking of people that waste their
comedy,
their life doing stupid shit.
Yeah,
I've been trying to learn riddles just to stump people.
Oh, nice.
And now I'm trying to remember the one that I had.
So you're still early in it.
Okay, all right. What appears once in a minute, twice in a moment, and never in forever.
I know this one. Jack, do you know this?
No, it's something to do with spelling, but I'm dyslexic, so I'm going to struggle.
Yeah, it may not be your forte.
What's in it? I? No? No.
You should think.
Close. It was
very
M.
close. Yeah, M.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I could spell them. So.
Yeah,
But I is also. No, it's not right. Actually,
yeah.
No, it's not.
I thought I at first as well. I was like, wait, a minute. That's a good one. I like that. It's like It's like I like it when you first learn what riddles are. You know, when like you're a kid and you feel like the world's biggest big brain because you've got this secret way of talking that nobody can ever understand. And then you go to somebody like, what gets wetter as it dries? And they're like a towel, like, oh fuck. Like you feel so big brain and so smart for first figuring out when you're a kid. But
that's what I always used to hate about the girls growing up. They used to all speak double Dutch.
Oh god.
Did you guys have double Dutch over there?
No.
It was like that.
I've seen it in films and stuff.
Dutch.
Yeah, that job.
And I was like, that, and they used to do that little triangle diamond thing.
Oh yeah, we had that.
Oh,
with the paper.
I didn't know. For the life of me, I wanted to make them, but never figured
It's a
out how to
bastard.
make
It's
them.
proper origami.
Yeah. That needs to be brought back. I reckon if we brought that back, kids would get off their phones.
Maybe, or just make an app about it. Like this is well easier. Oh, man.
You might want to cut this scene out, like, so we can develop an app.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah,
let's do it,
let's just put a beep
That's
in
$1
there.
million idea. There.
Oh man, yeah. Origami's weird. Like I got married this year, and we I thought rather than buy some flowers, I'll make my wife like an origami bouquet because we like Japanese stuff, and I thought it'd be a nice little tie-in. And so I had to learn how to make like little origami cranes, which I then like stuck all together and made this thing. It turned out okay. I was pretty happy with it. But man, for the longest time afterwards, I could just remember how to make a crane like straight away. It was like boom, 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 in like a minute or something. But now I couldn't do it at all. I couldn't even give you the first fold because it's just I don't get it. It's just folding paper, but people can do like crazy mad stuff with it. People make boxes and things. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Like crane is in the animal, not the like construction item.
Like, I know, I made
like a bed.
No, I made it out of like John Deere cranes. That's what I like to do. JCBs.
Well, that was every year in primary school. We had to read that book, that 1001 Cranes.
Oh right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like they used to incorporate the crane making into that.
Ah.
It's a fucking depressing book.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one about the Hiroshima bombing, isn't it?
Maybe
because there's like a crane monument there, I think.
I'm not sure. It was like I think she had cancer, and then her goal was to make 1001 cranes before she died.
Yeah, it's that one.
And I was like,
it's such a depressing story.
Who's ready for recess, kids?
Yeah. And kids hanging themselves in the school ground. Yeah, no, there's a thing in front of the big memorial tower thing. What's it called? The dome. The atomic bomb dome, whatever they call it. And yeah, there's like loads of cranes. You can go put your crane in the box to like help build up a collection or something. Super depressing. But yeah, so hunting for funny, folks. We're finding all the we're finding all the funny in the depressing bits. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I have much else to talk about today, really.
I've got something to ask you.
Yes.
Since you're Australian and my favourite programme's Australian, do you ever watch Home and Away? I love Home and Away. Oh, no,
I told you you wouldn't. Why the fuck would you watch Home and Away?
Yeah. No, I stopped watching it. Fuck. Like 90. Oh, no, actually, this is the wrong one. You get it mixed up with that and Neighbours. But when Holly Valance was on Neighbours,
you suddenly got interested.
Delta Goodrem, that's when I stopped. Yeah.
I love it at Home and Away. I just feel like that's what Australia is, but it's probably not. Just like Summer Bay, everyone just running around, dead nice, like just up there. But
no, I used to work at Summer Bay.
Really?
When I lived in Sydney. Yeah.
Oh,
it's I think it's like about 30, 40 minutes north of Sydney.
Oh, it's on my bucket list to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna be fucking disappointed, man. Like, you got a beach in the UK. It's that.
I don't know if you can call it a beach. It's more of a collection of needles and water.
Actually, I got a loser one, and it's just me.
Oh yeah.
It's on the way here.
Yeah.
Because it's stinking hot. It's about 30-degree day or something.
Jeez.
I've jumped in the car, And I don't know if it gets this hot in the UK, but I've branded my ass because like
Oh, and the seatbelt.
I've bent over and showed and the seatbelt buckles burnt
Oh,
me. So I've fucked up, and then I've landed on it again, and then fucked up and landed on it again, and there's a genuine red mark where I've had it's probably like a 1st-degree burn or something.
It's gonna be bleeding out soon.
Infected.
Yeah, that's the worst one. That's one of the problems. Like in the UK, we only get a day like that maybe twice in a year, but then that day always catches you off guard, and you forget how hot everything gets. So you get in the car, you can't use the steering wheel because it's too fucking hot. You can't put your seatbelt on because it's too hot to touch, and you just forget. And you're sitting there like, why am I blacking out? Oh yeah, because I've got no oxygen in this car anymore.
Like for me, sitting in the sun, it's not that I'm gonna get sunburned. It's like my rims get too hot for me to push my chair. So like, if the metal's too hot,
I never even thought of that.
Just like ow, 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 ow. Don't move out of the way.
Get you some heat gloves.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pain.
Just have a cardboard sign saying, "Can you push me?" My wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, Jesus Christ. Right, so so I think I'm pretty much done with this episode. If you guys are, anything else you want to talk about, or anything what do you want to plug, Sean? Anything you want to plug?
Oh yeah.
Other than the podcast, or as well as the podcast?
No, just the podcast. We're episode 18.
Yeah.
On the podcast now. So we've got 2 more episodes, and then we're releasing our first book of stories.
Ooh,
so
nice.
we're gonna have to send you guys a couple of copies of that to check out.
Definitely.
That'd be amazing, man. Yeah.
And then, what's that?
Go on.
Oh no! And then we're also doing our first live show at Fringe World Perth.
Perth, yeah. That's going to be amazing. Is that the Fringe?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be so good, man.
Nice.
And it should be good because there's no internationals this year, so people might come to local shows. So
they might just show up.
Make some money.
Hey. So is that going to be recorded and stuff as well? Or is it just live?
Yeah, it'll just be an episode, but we're also working on a short animated movie called Man on the Moon, which will be debuting. So
nice.
Nice.
So things are rolling. So
yeah, fantastic. It's good to hear, man. Yeah, because I love the podcast. I've been listening to it all week, and it's
me too.
It's such a good show. I love the concept of it, and it just works. It's one of those things where you hear it and like, yeah, that sounds good, but then you see it and you go, yeah, that definitely works.
Yeah.
So
it's the artwork as well. I really
I've
do
been enjoying that. I enjoy the you guys.
You're the only one.
That works great. I love the fact that you signed each one of them and you got a bollock, and the one time you didn't was great. But that guy who submits stuff when he does little Photoshop animations, I quite liked him.
Yeah.
He's talking about Svetlana, the old nurse.
Yeah. Well,
because we're about 3 episodes behind, I think we've only got 15 or 16 online. We've got like 3 in the can, and some of the stuff that he sends in, he just gradually gets better.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And like I've sent him a message saying, dude, why are you fucking submitting to our show? Like, go create your own shit.
You can start your own channel.
I don't know if you guys remember. I never watched it, but I do remember the commercial for Angela Anaconda. And that, like, if you were, or like, who was the guy that did like the giant feet in like Monty Python?
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know what you mean. That style.
Gilliam.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
Terry Gilliam. It reminds me of like the Terry Gilliam animation that he did for Monty Python.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. Keep submitting because it just raises the bar of our show.
It looks so good, man.
Yeah.
Do your own shit. So
you need to write a story about us. Like, since Nathan's on here, you need to write a story about us. You need to get on there.
Oh, well once Brian gets back, the producer, we'll tee it up because next year we'll be having guests. So if you guys tee up a green screen, we'll try to like superimpose you onto the couch.
Yeah,
and be like you're actually in the room.
That'd be so good.
So doing this at the side of the screen.
Yeah. Can I be in like Summer Bay? I want to be in Summer Bay.
We can. We'll try to make something.
You and Big Al, whoever his name is.
It's all right. You're a million miles away, man. I'll be the one dealing with the lawsuit. Goddamn, Al Stewart comes over and gives me a fucking. Have you ever seen like him? This might be just like super Australian, but it's Rape Dungeon Elf Stewart.
What?
No, but I want to. That sounds amazing.
They've just cut scenes from Home and Away with Elf Stewart,
Right.
and they've redubbed his voice, and he's just threatening people in his room.
Oh man, I need to watch that. That sounds amazing. Such a nice guy as
Poor
well.
Alf.
It's a perfect
Poor
face.
Alf.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to plug is Ralph Stewart. If there's one thing you should watch on the internet, it's Ralph Stewart.
Absolutely. Oh man, yeah, I'm definitely watching that after this. That's the first thing I'm doing before editing. That's happening first.
Put a link in the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. Send me the link. I'll put it in. No, but that's exciting. You got some good stuff coming up. Then you've got a lot going on, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to getting it done. So hopefully you'll see it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, no, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Good luck with the stand-up as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cheers, brother.
I enjoyed what I saw. I couldn't find much online, but what I found, I enjoyed.
Yeah.
When you're on that TV show, what was it called? I forgot the name now. Was it you was a semi-finalist on it?
I was in the national final for
That's it.
Triple J Raw Comedy.
Yes, that's it. Raw comedy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that set. It was funny.
Yeah.
It seemed like a daunting
They
task.
hated it. They hated it. If you hear the laughter in that,
Yeah.
they had a headliner act at the end, and
Right.
they recorded her laughter,
Oh no.
and then they put the laughter track in all the acts
jeez.
because it's a fucking open mic competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in Melbourne, so like you're talking about the most sensitive place on earth.
Yeah.
And you saw the material I was doing,
Yeah.
and they fucking hated it. Like,
I was a bit surprised when I heard laughs at some of it because I love it. But when I saw the audience when you came out, I was like, I can see they're not gonna like this.
oh no, the audience laugh. If it cuts to an audience laughing at my material, it wasn't during my set.
Oh man, if only they could do that too, like for live performances. A lot of my gigs would have gone a lot better. Just phone in some people like this American stadiums.
It's on my bucket list to do stand-up. But I'm just so scared of dying on my ass. Like it's just I'm so scared of it.
That's
So
part of the
I'm gonna try it. But
if you go in expecting to bomb, then you'll be fine.
I'm hoping I'll get like a few sympathy laughs to ease me in, and then I'll hopefully laugh at my jokes apart from the wheelchair.
Just fall out your chair at some point. You've always got to fall back on like a proper platform. Like, oh no, I need sympathy. I need a doctor. Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll work out fine. Right, so all right, I think that pretty much wraps it up then. So so thank you so much for joining us, man. We really, really appreciate it. We love the podcast. We're looking forward to more of it. And yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come back on whenever you want as well. If you want to, maybe after Perth or something to plug, how it went or whatever you want to do. So yeah, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anytime, brother.
Right, so
I'll
thanks for
speak
watching,
to you guys
everybody.
soon.
All right, see you soon,
Speak to you
folks.
later.
Bye-bye.
Catch you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.